So in episode 9, please put them on Miss Takumi-san. I kind of what a person want to say here is basically that I just wanted to talk about this. I'm not really going to talk really too long about this. I'll try not to. One thing I really want a person want to say here is that when you're going out with a girl or anything like that, don't leave her in suspense or anything like that. Don't leave her, you know, like when they're thinking like, oh yeah, he doesn't want me, he doesn't want to really basically have sex with me, or basically or anything like that. And basically this and stuff like that. I kind of want personally want to say here basically is that having sex before marriage, I don't think there's nothing really wrong with it. Everyone does it. Everyone mostly does it. I'm not saying mostly everyone does it. I don't see there's nothing really wrong with it personally. I would personally would just tell the MC, just basically just tell Sotoro, and just basically just tell him, just say like straight man, look. I mean, talking to Sana, she really likes you. She's really digging into your heels. She really actually is. And the reason I'm saying that because I want you to know she really wants to have that first time experience basically with you. Once you have that first time experience, then you want to basically to do it more. That's just basically kind of with me, based on my experience. I wasn't very bashful or anything like that. Yeah, well, it felt good. It felt good. It was a good experience. It really was. There's definitely wrong with it, or anything like that. It was just something. It was just something that it was the enjoyment of a freshman. It was a freshman or something like that. It's kind of like lifting the burden up to you that you don't have to worry about not like getting married or basically like having sex or anything like that. I kind of would just tell almost anyone. I'm like, if you really are deeply in love with somebody, whoever that you're in love with, don't let that stop you. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, for people who are younger, way younger, that's something I wouldn't do. I'm not saying I'm not saying the general, the whole public for everyone. I'm not saying just based for that. I'm just basically just saying for people just to really basically to understand the general nature and stuff like that. It's a course of nature that people definitely follow. If you go by with the animals or bugs or whatever the baby is and stuff like that, that's just how it progresses. That's just how it really actually is. Population is going to grow. That's just how it really actually is and stuff like that. You got a person that's going to live. You have a person that's going to die. You have a person that's basically you're going to basically gonna have that. There's no fountain of youth basically out there in life. If there was a fountain of youth, people would probably want to go up there and say like, "Hey, I want to be immortal for the rest of my life." It basically feels to me. I kind of want to say here basically that like I said, I will still what person will have that one-on-one conversation with Sato-san, and I would personally would just tell him, just say like, look, dude, this guy. I mean, excuse me, not this guy. Anyways, this girl, Takumi-san, she's really digging into your heels. She really is. She really wants you really bad. She really does. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Don't be so bashful. Don't be so shy and stuff like that. I mean, go all in. Go all in. Go into the forest. Go into the forest. That's what the whole generalization, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to go into the details. There's a forest out there. Just go right into the forest. That there's right there. If you know what I mean. So, but anyways, I don't mean to exaggerate, but I kind of want to say here. I like I said, I will pretty much tell almost just basically anyone, just basically that basically around my age or maybe a little bit more younger than me and stuff like that. Not like way too young or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I would just basically just tell them, just tell them, say like, you know, like if you feel like you basically you're in the urge or basically that you're ready or anything like that, I would just personally for my advice for one, I will just basically just talk about it and just see where it basically just has to go. And number two, don't be so aggressive. That's one thing I wouldn't do. And number three, I would just personally just take your time and not just go like go all in and stuff like that and basically stuff like that. I would be more comfortable basically just talking with a guy, not with a girl because I don't know what necessarily she really wants and stuff like that. Some of my friends call me and say like, James, you're a Mr. Relationship guy. You know all about this kind of stuff. I mean, some people do say that to me. I don't know really a whole lot or anything like that or anything like that. I'm still learning. I still am. I still have those struggles and stuff like that. And it's and I still do. And I still do. And it's basically stuff like that. To be honest with you, I definitely do miss having those good times basically with my ex and stuff like that. But those are different circumstances that, basically I regret basically, back in the past and stuff like that. Normally I try my very best to not talk about those different things, but I just see things just basically different from different perspective that I feel like I feel like that she couldn't change her ways and stuff like that, and stuff, and it feels like a repetitive thing. Really, kind of really gets me really upset, and I'm not gonna really go into details, but it feels to me it feels to me like she's so far away from the distance, and I'm like so far away from distance, and we just cannot meet in the middle. If we cannot meet in the middle, then there's no point. There's no point what we can really can do. I will personally will definitely say that to everyone. If you feel like you're far off a distance from apart and you're not right up into there, right up in that middle, guess what? Guess what? You know what's basically what's going to happen? That middle is going to break. You got to keep that middle close. You have to keep that close. You have to keep that close. If you don't keep that middle close, it's gonna break. That's what's basically what's gonna happen. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. It can happen to anyone. Anyone. I seen basically uh, a commercial. I don't know if YouTube's gonna censor me basically for saying this, but um, I seen a commercial, old commercial back then. I really did not like. It was very disturbing. Gave me a lot of anxiety, and it really actually did. And it kind of reminds me about my relationship back with my parents and stuff like that. And basically, what happened was basically that I'll cut to the chase. What happened was an old commercial basically back then, basically I think it's back in the 90s or 80s or something like that. I can't remember. Old Pizza Hut commercial basically showing a woman. Actually they didn't really show what's going on, but you can hear like their fussing and stuff like that. A woman she bought pizza basically for them for dinner and stuff like that. And then the guy just kind of flipped out, just got really angry and just got really mad, and then he started to basically doing some uncertainty things that he did to her was just basically just not right. I'm not going to go into details or anything like that because YouTube will probably will take down my video and probably will think that this is basically a violent video and stuff like that, which is basically really not. But anyways, I'm just saying that he wants home cooking. He doesn't want ordering a pizza or anything like that. He wants something more than that and stuff like that. In my own case and stuff like that, I would be okay with it. I would not personally would get mad over something like that. But sometimes people definitely do get mad over things like that and basically stuff like that. And want people to really understand here is that when you see that kind of base that general of the nature, and like I said before, I will say it again. If you're not really basically in that middle, and you feel like you're far apart between each other, that middle is going to break. That's basically what's going to happen. It can basically either that you agree with your partner, or either you disagree, or either that things are just going to get far more separate than what it basically seems. Basically, it seems. So I definitely do think it's very important that for almost everyone. I mean, you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have arguments and stuff. But you basically going to have that. I've been through that. I see my parents argue about different things, and sometimes I have to stand up for my mother. I have to face my dad personally to basically tell him like I didn't appreciate some of the things that he did and stuff like that. I know this has nothing to do with the review and stuff like that, but I just want to bring this up, and I just figure I just want to, and I just figure I want to. So I definitely do think I will just basically just tell everyone. But like I said, for it's very very important to have that close relationship, to have that impact into the middle. If you don't have the impact in the middle, then guess what? It's gonna break. That's basically what it feels to me. So like I said, I will say it again. If I was basically, if I were to basically talk to son, I would personally would just tell them like seriously, like dude, this girl really is into you. She's really actually is. She really loves. She really likes you really a lot, but she really wants you really that bad. Don't deny her. Don't deny her for whatsoever at all. If you're going to continue to shy yourself away from the situation, and then she's going to be so distracted, and then she's going to get jealous, and then she's going to say like, then she's going to get upset, and just say like, what? Am I not good enough for you? Am I really am not? That's what some people will probably will think in their minds. They're probably will think in their minds to say like, hey, I feel like, oh, he's not good enough for me, or she's not good enough for me. And then they go on to see other different people and stuff like that. Yeah, basically, and stuff like that. And I kind of want to say here, basically, is that kind of want to say here is that if you feel like you're in a point in a close relationship with somebody who you're very good friends with, I kind of want to say here, continue talking to that person. But if things doesn't work out the way that seem that you really want it to be, then I would personally would say is explore other different options. If things are going very very good, continue with that. But if things are not going so great, then I will say explore other different options and see what you basically actually do. But don't press the matter. Don't press the matter. That's what I definitely would say. Just if you press the matter way too much, that's where basically either the guy or the person will just say like just basically say like I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't think so and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, that's just overall basically my thoughts and stuff like that. Bits and stuff. And that's just my opinion. That's what I definitely do think. I mean, call me Mr. Relationship kind of guy. That's what my friends call me. But they always ask for my advice. They always do. They always ask me for things like that and stuff like that. And I just be straight up, be honest with them, and I just tell them the truth about what I definitely do think. I know this video is kind of long. I didn't expect this to be a little late, but yeah. Like I said, call me Miss Relationship Guy if you want to, or anything like that. But I've been through. I have that experience. I have that experience. I don't know how I know those things. I just know. I don't know. It's just by the experience for what I see from basically from movies, from anime, and basically stuff like that. I'm still learning. I still make mistakes. I still do. And I learn from those. And I learn from those. I learn from those. And I'm not saying for everyone to learn from my mistakes. That's your choice. And I'm not saying it just based for anybody else. But yeah. Anyways, that's it for this review. I was a relationship advice review based on this anime. But that's it. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, or leave a comment below. And yeah. And do you guys agree with most everything that I say here and stuff? So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, or just call me Miss Relationship Guy if you guys want to, or anything like that. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.